back to my channel. So today I've got a little bit of a different video for you, which is not really fashion or beauty per se. Well, I suppose you could say it is, but it's more fashion and beauty on how to accessorise your mobility aid when you're disabled. And by this I mean how I accessorise my lawn canes. Now, if you didn't know about me, if you're new to my channel, I am visually impaired. I have a guide dog, and before that I used to use lawn canes. So when I first of all started to get used to having lawn canes, I didn't like the fact that I had to have the same as everyone else, and I wasn't really comfortable with having a lawn cane because I just honestly felt like people would be, in my school particularly when I used to be at sixth form, they would have a little bit of a negative approach to it, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory way, but I just personally didn't feel very confident with having a normal white cane. I really wanted to be different, and I felt like having a white cane, even though it was necessary, it was taking away a little bit of my identity. And then I started to find out information about places where I could actually go and get my canes customised and how I could do this. So I started to get a collection of canes and to customise them so that I could be a little bit individual, a little bit unique, and have my own sense of style despite having a disability. And I guess customising my disability, that's what basically I'm doing. I'm customising my disability to how I want it. Now, I would like to make a little disclaimer before I get into this video and show you some of my canes that I used. I would like to first of all say that these canes are not reflective. They are not safe in the sense that they will reflect you when you're out on a dark night. So if you want to get one of these, or if this takes your fancy, please be aware that you either need to have reflective bands for your arms, which you can get on eBay, or you need to have some kind of reflective thing either on your jacket or something, or if you're maybe getting one for a party event and you don't really need to worry about it per se, you could just go with a friend or family member and you wouldn't have to necessarily worry about it. But if you're going out on your own and you're using one of these canes, please remember that they're not entirely safe, and that I do not advocate that you compromise your safety for fashion. I would never, never, never advocate that. So please bear that in mind, because I don't want any of you getting hurt in the process of this. This is just a little bit of fun, and if this takes your interest, then hopefully you'll enjoy learning about how I customise my mobility aids when I first started to use them. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to show you the canes that I have from different companies and how they got made. The first two I'm going to start off are from a company called Glamsticks. I mentioned Glamsticks in a podcast. Basically, I have a podcast channel, if you didn't know, called Fashionability, which is all about fashion and disability, and we interviewed the lady from Glamsticks called Sharon who makes these. I'll link it below if you want to go and check that out. But basically what these are is she can make anything from, say for instance, crutch for someone who has walking difficulties, or like she can customise people's wheelchairs, or lawn canes if you're visually impaired. Pretty much any mobility aid she will customise. She'll decorate it, she'll put colours on it, she'll put Swarovski crystals on it or rhinestones. She would do anything with them, whatever really you wanted, and I'll link the website down below. It's absolutely amazing. And the first ever one that I actually got from Glamsticks is this pink one. What it basically is, I'm going to try and do this without flicking myself in the face. I feel like I've got my use the force, I'm like I've got my lightsaber. So this is a pink cane, light pink cane, and it's got all over it lovely Swarovski crystals in this really cool swirly pattern. They're clear crystals, by the way. But the good thing about it is at the bottom, what she's basically done is she has put this protective covering over it, so that when I use this when I'm out and about, I won't actually knock it on anything, or the crystals won't come off. So I thought that was a really cool idea, and it just means that your canes will look nicer for longer. So this is one example of the ones that she can do if you're interested. She can do pretty much anything you ask for, but I wanted something a little bit girly, a little bit fun, a little bit legally blonde or legally blind, as we might know it. I can have a white one, but why would I want to do that when I can have a pink one, you know? I can just... If you can do it, if you got a cane, why not flown it? So this is one of them, and I will show you the other one I have. The next one I got, because I was absolutely obsessed with them and I was like, can you do me more, is this one. This is a little bit more, I'd say, formal looking, because it's this really dark midnight blue. It might be showing up as black, but it's actually midnight blue, and this sort of like little hint of sparkle to it. And then there are little star crystals all studied over it. And the reason I wanted this one done was because at the time I was doing a GCSE in astronomy at the Greenwich Observatory, and I've always been a bit of an astronomy geek, so I wanted something that looked like this starry night. So I asked her if she could do it like this, and she did it, and it was absolutely amazing. And again at the bottom there is this clear protective covering over it so that crystals don't get knocked off. and I absolutely love it, and it's really cool just for any sort of like evening event or anything I'm going to where I'm not wearing a specific colour or I don't want to wear a coloured cane. This is what I would take it to. So that's another example of a cane you can get from Glamsticks if you are interested. The next cane I'm going to talk about is actually made by the people over at Queen Alexandra's College, which I think is in Birmingham from what I know, and they can basically take a normal white cane and they can put coloured plastic covering over it in different colours, so you can have a coloured cane. So you could have a pink one, you could have a blue one, you could have a green one, purple one, orange one, pretty much anything you want. You could have a sparkly one. And one of the first ones I actually got from Queen Alexandra's College is a purple one, because at the time I was really obsessed with purple, and I wanted a colour that matched my bag that I had. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of like quite an out there purple, a little bit more punky, but it's really nice, it's really sleek, and it's just nice for any day event or whatever. If I'm wearing a purple colour or something, or if I'm wearing quite a plain outfit and I want something a little bit more colourful, then I would usually go with this. So I really like this one actually, and I used to wear it quite a lot when I was, I didn't wear it, I actually used it. I'm saying I wore it, but it's like, I don't wear my canes, I use my canes. It sounds a bit weird, but yeah, I used to use this all the time, and definitely good if you like your colours. Now the next one, again, I did get from Queen Alexandra's College, but the difference with this one is my mum actually stuck some crystals on there, which leads me on to the next ones, which my mum completely customised. But this one, as you can probably see, basically it was covered with a red plastic covering, so it's now in a red colour. But then my mum stuck all crystals over it, so it's got a bit of bling added to it. And I really like it, and I love red to this day, so I just think it's really nice to have something with a bit of colour. Please bear in mind though, when you have a red cane or anything with red, it may possibly symbolise to a person that you're blind and deaf, so you probably wouldn't want to get a white and a red cane, because that might confuse matters or put a little bit of confusion in the mix-up. So just be aware of that. Don't get a white and a red cane, always either get one or the other, just to bear that in mind. This is my one, love it, and what can I say, the bottom of it is absolutely disgusting, but oh well, at least the top of it still looks stylish. I always used to wear this actually with my red hunter wears when I went to the park. I used to accessorise it with that, or I have red Vivian West with shoes, and I used to like to wear it with that, and I still do to this day, but obviously I've got my guide dog, so I don't really have need to use my canes as much, but if I can't use her, if I'm going to an event, then it's nice to have these in different colours if you want to use them. So that's the other red one. Now the final two I'm going to mention today are actually homemade. My mother made these for me as well, because she started to get really into it, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to actually have a go at making them. And the first one she did was she actually found the plastic covering for this. I think it was on eBay, and she cut it down to size. I'll try and find out what the actual name of it's called, and I'll link it down below where you can get it if you want to ask your family members to have a go of doing this. So this is one of the ones I got. It's gold and sparkly, and literally whenever I went into sixth form, everyone would be like, oh my god, I feel like you should be coming and doing a bit of jazz hands and doing a little bit of a little dance and being like, yeah, Saturday night and all that kind of thing. So I did feel quite swished when I wore this. Like, I feel like literally I should be doing a little dance number and everything, and that I should be wearing like an evening dance frock and all that kind of thing. I still love this one, and it's beautiful when it hits the sunlight, because obviously the glitter pigment in there really shows up, and it's really, really stunning. And this one is particularly nice for occasion I'm going to wear. Maybe I'm having black and I want to put a bit of gold in the mix, or I want to wear a bit more of a sparkly number. And definitely still like using this one, but I don't use it as much as I used to. And the final one I have to show you is a blue sparkly one. Now this is like in a peacock turquoisey sort of blue colour, and basically you probably can see, but the plastic is starting to come off a little bit, because my mum did do this and she was a bit of a novice at the time, and she stuck a few crystals on the handle as well. But basically it is in this colour of blue, and it's got glitter in it as well. And this one's just nice because I used to wear a lot of this colour a lot with like I had Shrugs, and I had a lot of Converse in this colour, and I just used to wear it a lot, and I love blue. Still, actually, I've been to quite a few events and I've actually worn this particular, well, actually used this particular cane when I've gone to the events. So yeah, I think this one probably would have to be one of my favourites, despite the fact that it's a little bit more tattered than my other ones, but probably I like it most because my mum was making them for me. It's another example of how you can customise them by yourself. If you would like to see my mum and myself showing you how you actually can do this, let us know. But like I said, please bear in mind they're not reflective, and they're not going to be as safe as a normal standard cane would be. Just bear that in mind before you go make an order for any of these, or try and make them yourself, that is. So that was my video on how to customise your mobility aids, particularly your long canes when you're visually impaired. Now I'd just like to leave you with a little anecdote. When I first started to use these canes, I really didn't like using long canes in general because I was on the waiting list for a guide dog, and I was kind of like, oh, you know, I don't like using them, I just want my guide dog, I'm not enjoying this. And my dad said to me when I started to use them, he said, Emily, use the force. Just use the force and you'll be fine. So basically, if you're visually impaired and you're just starting out with canes, just remember, you've got your very own lightsaber and you can be like some Jedi warrior from Star Wars. Be out there, be mighty, be bold. Don't let your disability hold you back. Don't feel like you have to conform to what society tells you. If you want to have a red cane like mine, or a pink cane, or a blue cane, or a sparkly one, then go for your life, because life is meant for living and you only live once. Thank you so much for watching this video today, guys. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know if you've got any more suggestions for videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello guys, and thank you so much for watching my video today. Just one final message to add before you go. This will be the last video you see for a couple of weeks until I'm back in mid-May, because I am currently in the midst of my dissertation and thus I've not had time to record a video as yet. But don't just unsubscribe, because I will be back with more videos very soon, and you can still tweet me at DavisonM, and I will catch you next time. Bye!